It wasn't like we were really battling to like, oh, this is my fucking moment type of thing. It wasn't like Bronx versus Queens or some shit like that. It was just more so like, all right, we talking shit. Like you, like I don't know, it'd be dumb shit. Like someone will call out, oh, you never did that before. Like yeah, I did. Then you talk shit, then you get into a battle. But I think it helps you push each other a lot. Like I mean, I think I battled Fish one time and he whipped me that three, like a three. He did like a 3 point in Riverside. I couldn't do those at the time. I was mad.
Three
Now
point.
we used to always battle,
You're
but
top.
like yeah, we would like learn the one thing with Mike, at least back in the day, is I would always be like, he can't do negative, so I'll just do like a negative mistrial. And Mike used to be like, yo, I hate that stupid trick. He's getting mad.
I could do
Because
negative
he'd be
mission. I
doing like
just didn't like
360
doing
souls
them.
and stuff like that, you know? And I'd be
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
negative mistrial.
there wasn't a trick that there wasn't a trick that I couldn't fucking do. I just didn't
No, but you
like
learned
doing it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
and
said
I'm not
exactly.
like
You had it.
I'm not a consistent skater. Like I'm not someone that can just lay shit first try all the time. But I have my moments of landing shit first try, and they were great. but
Yeah.
but most of the time, 9 times out of 10, if you film me, you're gonna be there for a good hour trying to get a trick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like me too. I'm the same way. Definitely feel you on that.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause I never like my whole thought process behind it was like I'm not gonna go to a. I never wanted to go to a spot and be like and do something that I thought was cool, and then someone will come the next day and like do something and one up me the next day. You know what I mean? Like the tricks that I wanted to do on spots, I wanted you to like fucking struggle to try to one up me. You know what I mean? If you ever tried to go like pop off on me, you gonna have to try hard. You know what I mean? So it's like I
Mhm.
would. That's when my skating started leaning towards more technical type things rather than just like, oh, if I go 180, this guy, this motherfucker come and fake back like the next day if he's crazy enough, and then that'll be that. You know what I mean?
Do you
Is it?
think it's fair to say that you're very competitive?
Yes, obviously. I mean,
Yeah, it's like,
But
I'm very competitive, but like not to the point where I let it destroy my mentality. Let's say that. Like I don't like I'm
yeah,
competitive, but I don't like skating in contests. Let's say that.
yeah, I was about to
You know
say
what I mean?
that too. Yeah.
Because contests for a time. I mean, like you know how you get those. Everyone gets those nervous jitters, and you're stressing
yeah,
about it, and like and then but before you know it, you lose the whole point of like the whole fun of being at the contest. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
there was a time like after I became like I mean I guess when I became like me and pro like murder I would fuck around with contests. I would just like go play around and I'll make it to finals and then I wouldn't even skate the finals. I'll just leave and go have like dinner with some friends to go have some beers because I wanted people to know like this shit really doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Like contests don't really mean anything. It just and then to me it was an unnecessary cause of stress. Let's say that.
Yeah, but I feel like that was something that like people in like your generation like carved out. You know what I mean? Because before that, like you had to skate contests, like,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
I
I
think
remember being a
yeah,
big thing being on Razors, and I was like, me and
yeah,
Andy had our fucking arguments about it, because there was the era of like Shima and them, and Shima would always win the contest, and he thought that like winning contests made the brand, you know what I mean? And I was just like, nah, it doesn't. Like, I'd rather spend my time having fun with people at the contest and like making an impact like that, talking to people, interacting with people, and like just doing shit like that, being approachable, having fun with
yeah,
people that I wouldn't even have talked to before if I was there, you know what I mean? So I
totally.
think that it was more important for me to like, fuck around and fall, even if I'm falling, have a smile on my face and make sure that people are reminded like this is for fun. This is not something to be stressed about. This is not something that you should have on your chest like, oh my god, I fucked that run up. My life is over. Because there was times when people used to be like that. Like they would take that
Yeah,
skating, the contest stuff like real seriously. And I wasn't gonna let like I noticed that ahead of my time, so I wasn't gonna let it happen to me. But there was
but it's
times
cool
that
because no, it's cool because it shows that like there's like more options than just like being like the number one skater trying to win a contest.
Like a
Like there's other
showman.
approaches that you can go as a skater and a participant in this sport, and you don't have to be that guy.
yeah,
You could be this other guy, and
Mhm.
you're kind of opening the
yeah.
door for that.
I mean, I think it's just for like now. I mean, I think mental health is a big thing in these years. Like everyone's more aware of it now. But like I don't like back then. You know what I mean? People were probably stressed out for contests. Like the paychecks depended on contests, winning contests. Like being
Right.
that skater. You know what I mean? So it's like I wanted to like I don't know if I was trying to break down barriers, but I was just trying to make things a little bit more I don't know fun for me and my team. Let's say that.
But you would what you were doing, maybe whether it was consciously or not, just like showing Andy that there's value in other places than being the contest
Yeah,
skater. Because I
you know what I mean?
remember even like we thought you couldn't get a pro skate or be pro at a certain point if you weren't like X Games pro or if you weren't pro for contest. And then I think, remember when Jeff Frederick got a pro skate, we were like, what? Like a street skater got a pro skate. And that was a big deal. And that was kind of like, and I think you were a part of that change in the culture or just like those other avenues. And today there's so many different avenues. So it's just kind of multiplied from that. But I think that's a big part of that for sure.
Yeah, totally, man. I mean, it is what you make of it, right? And then I think like if you argue a valid point and show that there's there's positive to it, it's undeniable, right?
Yeah.
So how do you go to like you don't like contests at all, but you won like one of the biggest contests that there was, which was IMYTA.
Because that one mattered to me. That's
what I want to see. So it's a New York. It was a New York contest, obviously, and it was the IMYTA, which was the biggest contest at the time, pretty much.
The first New York IMYTA.
The first New York IMYTA, yes.
Right.
So tell us what that day was like then.
There's big stories. I mean, not a big story behind it, but it was something to me that I took I took it personally because that was the time that I think I had I just graduated high school, like A&D, and then I moved to California. And I think I mean, whether it's true or not, I think I heard some shit like, oh, Mike's a trader for moving to California. It was like some of that talk going on. So it's like, for one, it's IMYTA, right? It's like the best street skaters in the world come here, and like if you want to win a contest as a street skater, that's probably the ones you want to have one of those under your belt. You know what I mean? And so it's New York. I fly back home for the contest. You know what I mean? And like as it's a lot of emotions. Like I don't think I was I was just rollerblading, so I wasn't making a lot of money at the time, and I was just stressed for money. But I wasn't really worried about it. I was just like, this is the contest. I went back home, saw my mom, got all those emotions going. Back in New York, seeing all my friends, and then the contest happens, right? So then there's like all the best guys just destroying shit, but everybody as the rounds are going on, I'm seeing some of my friends getting knocked out of rounds and shit. I'm like, holy shit!
The pressure's getting on, man. It's getting heavy.
It's like Mortal Kombat.
It was like I was getting mad. You know what I mean? Because I was like, yo, these are our spots. Like we should be dominating these guys right now.
Yeah. That's the thing a lot of people don't know.
That we grew up on.
Yo, New York people and New York skaters are mad possessive of the city and their spots. They're just like, yo, this is our spot, man. That's my corner. That's my bagel store, right? That's my pizzeria over there. That's my spot. Right?
So it was like, and then I was just like, as I'm watching all these, like my friends getting knocked out each round, I'm like, shit, dude. But then we get to the finals. It's like me and probably some of the best street skaters that ever lived right now in the heat. You know what I mean? It's like Broscow, Shima, Happy. I mean, it's like everybody. So I was just like, and then I'm like, before we hit that corner though, I'm like, please don't let this shit be some shit I would never skate in my life. Like, please don't, you know what I mean? And then,
and it was.
It's a big ass dumpster with a launch. I'm like, they're trying to get me out right now. They're trying to take me out. So I'm like nervous. Franco was in it too, and Franco was like, Franco, he don't give a fuck.
That's right. Franco was in it.
I was gonna say you and Franco were the two New Yorkers in the finals.
Yeah, Franco was in it. And Franco didn't care. He was like bucked at it and just trying to attempt to hit it. I was like, I don't know. So then
you don't even care, Franco.
I went and I tried. I think I launched up and just tried to soul grind it. I was like, ugh. I was nervous, That's like the type of spot where your shit just goes back inside his head. You know what I mean? Like, ooh. Yeah. I was like, I don't know. So then, I mean, I guess the pressure and adrenaline just hit me. So right after that, I think it was like 5 minutes, like a minute, maybe like 2 to 5 minutes into that final heat, I just 3-sold it and came out. And then I stopped. And then I think Shima came up to me. He was like, yo, stop. Don't. I was like, I don't know. He's like, yo, you can stop skating. You already won. I was like, nah, son. I was like, nah, because the following up to those years, Shima was always fucking winning, and in the last minute of my contest, it was like hold down. I was killing shit at hold down, and then he came and we were destroying shit too. But he came with that little top toe transfer, or sort of then just grabbed that 8 racks from me. I was like, ah,
that's right. When you and Dustin were killing that hold on. All right, we'll get into that. But go on. Yeah. And
then there was another contest, and then Shima sold away. I got a second. Shima stole it at the end. I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not letting you win the game. So I went back.
By the way, Mike doesn't like contests. Everybody. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't. Unless it matters.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
And then I go in, and that's when I 3 Royale did. I think I 3'd out of that too. And then that wasn't enough for me. So I tried the 5 kg.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
And I did it
That
at
was
5
crazy.
kg,
That's
and
when you were in the zone, yeah.
I slipped out the holding it, and I just dropped it. And I was like, I'm done. Now my hip don't work. I'm good.
Yo, Shimo was right though. No one else came close because I don't remember anything else. I remember Haffy did like True Mizu and maybe 720.
He tried to 7 out.
Yeah, but he didn't
land
land it.
I'm sorry, Javi. I was like, thank God, son. Thank you.
Yeah, but no one else came close to touching you on
Royale. That 450 Royale 270 off too. So sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, then when the adrenaline's running, it's your hometown. You got all those people like, bah! And then like after I won that, I think that's when I was like, it was like that was my moment. I was just like, oh shit, I kind of did that. And I was like, this is it. I was like, I can never skate another contest again in my life now. And I'll be happy.